Hello folks, this is Pat Walker from Mission Winners, and boy, do we have a lot to talk about today. Grab your coffee, settle in, and let's dive into today's stock market action. It's been quite a day, and I'm excited to break it all down for you. But before we jump in, I want to address something real quick. So, you might have noticed the top stocks for your watch list video didn't go out today. We do apologize for that. We've been busier than a one-armed paperhanger, as they say. But don't worry, team. It will be out before tomorrow's market open, so make sure you're ready for that in the morning. It'll be like Christmas came early. You'll wake up to a fresh, hot watch list ready to go. Now, let's get down to business and talk about today's market action. First off, let me tell you, we saw some real rebound action in the market today. After last week's declines, it was refreshing to see the bulls take charge. The S&P 500 closed up 1.1%, and the Invesco S&P 500 Equal Weight ETF, ticker RSP, finished 0.8% higher. Now, that's what I call a good day. But here's where it gets really interesting, folks. The mega cap stocks and semiconductor shares, which had a rough time last week, came roaring back today. They were the real leaders of this upside action. Let's talk about NVIDIA. This stock has been on a roller coaster lately, but today it surged 4.7%, closing at 123.54. That's a gain of 5.61. Now here's something to keep in mind. Even with today's impressive gain, NVIDIA is flat for the month of July. That tells you just how volatile this market has been. Meta Platforms also had a strong showing. It closed up 2.2% at 48.40, a gain of 10.61. But don't get too excited yet. Meta is still down 3.3% for July. It's a reminder that we need to look at the bigger picture, not just one day's action. And let's not forget about Microsoft. It gained 1.3%, closing at 442.94. That's up 5.83 for the day. But like its tech peers, Microsoft is still in the red for July, down 0.9%. Now let's zoom out and look at the broader market. 9 out of the 11 S&P 500 sectors finished higher today. That's what I call a broad-based rally, folks. The star performers were information technology, up 2%, and communication services, up 1.2%. No surprises there, given how well those big tech names did. But it wasn't just tech. Industrials jumped 1.1%, and real estate was up 1% too. It's always good to see strength across multiple sectors. But it wasn't all sunshine and roses. The energy sector was the odd one out today, logging the biggest decline. This was mainly due to falling oil prices. Crude oil settled at 78.43 a barrel, down 26 cents or 0.3%. Now that might not seem like much, but in the oil markets, every cent counts. Here's an interesting twist, team. President Biden has exited the 2024 presidential race and endorsed Kamala Harris for the candidacy. Now, you might think this would cause some waves in the market, but surprisingly, both the equity and bond markets had pretty muted responses. It goes to show that sometimes what seems like big news doesn't always move the market the way you'd expect. Speaking of bonds, let's take a quick look at the yields. The 10-year note yield settled 2 basis points higher at 4.26%, while the 2-year note yield was up 1 basis point to 4.52%. Remember, folks, when yields go up, bond prices go down. It's always important to keep an eye on the bond market, as it can give us clues about where the stock market might be headed. Now let's talk about what's coming up. Tomorrow, we've got the June existing home sales report coming out at 10 Eastern. This could give us some insights into the health of the housing market, which, as you know, can be a good indicator of overall economic health. We've also got a bunch of big names reporting earnings before the market opens tomorrow. General Motors, UPS, Albertsons, Lockheed Martin, Coca-Cola, and Philip Morris International are all on the docket. These reports could set the tone for trading tomorrow, so keep your eyes peeled. Before we wrap up, let's take a quick look at how the major indices are doing for the year. The NASDAQ Composite is leading the pack, up a whopping 20% year to date. The S&P 500 isn't far behind, up 16.7%. The S&P Mid-Cap 400 and Russell 2000 are both up about 9.6%, while the Dow Jones Industrial Average is lagging a bit, up 7.2% for the year. That's our wrap up for today. Remember, in this market, it's crucial to stay informed and keep a level head. Don't get too excited by one good day, and don't panic over one bad day either. Keep your eyes on the long-term trends, manage your risk, and always do your due diligence. Okay, team, so let's jump into a chart really quick before we sign off. You know, I always say a picture is worth 1,000 words, and in trading, a chart can be worth $1,000 or more. So let's take a look at what the technicals are telling us. This could give us some valuable insights for tomorrow's trading session. We're taking a look at CRTO. You can see the base forming here, going across these tops, and I'll draw this for you to help you. And then I'm going to give you the story. This stock has an earnings per share rank of 91. It has a composite rating of 89. It has an A- accumulation distribution. Relative strength is 90, leading into new high ground. Last quarter's earnings were up 60%. The previous quarter, last quarter's earnings were up 81%. A- accumulation distribution, as I stated. Earnings per share rank 91. We build a case, and note, we combine solid fundamentals with solid technicals. Note the clean and simple base here on the daily, taking out these tops. It's simple. It's not, raise this price alert up because it's still going. It's still going. And I don't want to keep hearing an alert go off, so we'll just let it work. You can see the base. Note the volume. Was this on the key list? I'm sliding it in. There it is, with an entry at $40.65. That's the key list for today, Monday, July 22nd. CRTO. There it is. I'm sliding it back out so we can look at the chart. And here's where it is. Now, there's the base that I discussed. I'm going to show you something powerful, though. I'm going to take this down to the hourly. Look at the volume surge. This is something I taught at IBD meetups for years. People talk with their mouths and vote with their pocketbooks. They voted. Look at the volume surge on that bar. This is an hourly chart. Here's a 30-minute chart. Look at the volume surge. Folks, take it down to 10. Look at the volume surge on 10. As I stated, people talk with their mouths and vote with their pocketbooks. On this bar right here, and this was a keyless stock, as I pointed out and documented, clean and simple base, and they bought the tar out of it right there. And it's working. Anyway, we like to point these things out. Every day at Mission Winners, I scan all the chart, all of them, and make a key list. The best of the best. We know what to look for fundamentally. We know what to look for technically. Now, before I sign off, I want to remind you all of something important. If you're finding value in these market updates, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. It's the best way to make sure you never miss an episode. And hey, while you're at it, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. It really helps us out and lets us know we're on the right track. Got questions about today's market action or the chart we just looked at? Or maybe there's a topic you'd like us to cover in a future episode? Drop a comment down below. I read every single one, and your feedback helps shape our content. Remember, there's no such thing as a dumb question in this game. We're all here to learn and grow together. Oh yeah, one last thing. We still have our $100 off on our yearly VIP subscription on our site. The first 50 people to sign up with this link, missionwinners.com/YouTube promo, gets the discount. Check for the link in the description below as well. This is Pat Walker from Mission Winners, signing off. Until next time, keep grinding it out, and remember, the biggest part of this game isn't what's before your eyes, it's what's between your ears. Stay sharp, stay focused, and happy trading.